I want to talk to you about the best joint personal loans and how do you apply with a co-borrower this year. So here are the best lenders I want you to think about. If you're thinking about the best joint personal loans, I want you to think about First Tech. First Tech Federal Credit Union is actually a great institution because you are looking at an APR that goes from 9% to 18%. So that's pretty good because 18% as a maximum APR is really affordable and really lower, way lower than what you have in the industry. Usually you have a maximum of 36%. And in terms of loan amount, if you're looking for a joint personal loan, basically you have $500 to $50,000. So that's really good. And again, First Tech is a credit union, but you can actually join this credit union, not a problem. You don't have to live in a place. You don't have to live in a state, in a city, or you don't have to worship, or you don't have to do anything. You don't have to work for a company to actually qualify. Now, if you do actually meet the membership requirements, otherwise that's fine too. But I just wanted to say that you have flexibility in terms of joining First Tech. As a matter of fact, you can actually join the Financial Fitness Association. This will cost you $8 per year. You can join the Computer History Museum, $15 per year, or you can work for one of 900 partner companies, or even live or work in Lane County, Oregon. So that's really good in terms of flexibility. Okay, but long story short, I wanted you to pay attention to the fact that with First Tech, you have no origination fees. So if you're looking for the best joint personal loans with no origination fees, go with First Tech, and you have a lender that allows co-signers and same-day funding as possible. So if you apply for this loan, let's say by 9 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the time zone, but by 9 a.m. you can be funded by end of day. So that's really good. And you also have the option to defer your first payment for 45 days. So I've said this before, but when you think about First Tech, this is really a big advantage because if you are trying to stabilize your budget, having the ability to defer your first payment for a month and a half, that's really good because it gives you extra time to actually breathe. So maximum loan amount here, $50,000. If you're looking for the best joint personal loans, I want you to really consider another credit union. So this is Patelco, and Patelco actually is great for those who live in California. But if you don't live in California, you actually can qualify for membership actually by going through another method. So you can join the FFA, the Financial Fitness Association, $8 a year, and Patelco will actually pay your first year's dues, and you're not required to maintain membership. Okay. And so when you look at the Patelco, I want you to look at $300 to $100,000. So First Tech was actually giving you a maximum loan amount of $50,000. Patelco is giving you $100,000. Okay, that's really good, and you are able to actually to get your cash the same day. So this is really good, and no origination fees. You are able to you have rate discounts for on-time payments. You have a high loan maximum. And you also have hardship assistance available, and you have a credit union that's really available nationwide. So that's really good because it really gives you an extra layer of flexibility. Okay, but the one thing for sure, when you think about the Patelco, I want you to think about the fact that the APR actually has a direct correlation with the amount of time you need to repay the loan. So the longer repayment window actually calls for a higher APR. So something to be really careful when you apply for a loan at Patelco. Okay, but you do have to have a credit union membership, and you also have a no autopay discount. So if you're looking for a credit union with autopay discount, Patelco is definitely not the one to think about. But this is a pretty great joint personal loan that you can really think about this year. Okay, and the one thing I want to say here is that Patelco offers a wide range of loan amounts and repayment terms. 6 months to 7 years, so 84 months. And however, only loans of $20,000 or more will qualify for terms over 5 years, and you can expect to receive a higher rate. So again, like I said, there's a correlation between the repayment window and the APR that you are charged by Patelco. I want you to think, if you're looking for the best joint personal loans, think about SoFi. SoFi actually is not a credit union. SoFi is an online lender, and SoFi does a great job in terms of giving you as an amount as generous as possible. So loan amounts here go from 5,000 all the way to $100,000, and the APR goes from 8% to 30%, and minimum credit score with SoFi about 600. Okay, and SoFi actually offers large online personal loans with for joint owners, and there are no required fees. Okay, even for not even for late payments. So that's really good because some online lenders will charge you an origination fees. SoFi doesn't have that. Okay, and so SoFi really shines when it comes to borrower perks. So customers can access free meetings with a financial advisor, estate planning discounts, travel discounts, and the rate discounts on future SoFi loans. So that's really good from a flexibility point of view. So in addition to competitive rates on personal loans, SoFi also offers mortgages, student loans, checking and savings account, and insurance. And its financial insights platform can help you create a budget, track let's say your spending, and connect outside accounts. So from if you're looking for an all-in-one platform, SoFi is pretty it's pretty suitable for you this year. Let me quickly go through the pros and cons of SoFi. So on the pros, on the plus side, no required fees, higher loan maximum, highly rated customer service, several borrower perks, and you have same-day funding possible. On the minus side, you have a high APR maximum, so 30%, that's kind of high, even though you have higher, like at 36%. You have a high minimum loan amount. So the minimum loan amount with SoFi is 5,000. You have optional origination fee in some cases, depending on the states where you are at. You also have to think about the fact that here you have a lender that doesn't allow cosigners in some states, and the lender is only available in 29 states. So there are 21 states where they're not available now. Something to keep in mind, especially if you want to borrow in multiple states at the same time. If you're looking for the best joint personal loans this year, I want you to think about Wells Fargo. And Wells Fargo is great for current bank customers. So you got to have, if you have an existing relationship with the Wells Fargo, this is really good because it allows you to really parlay that relationship into a larger loan amount. Okay, and the APRs are kind of like they are relatively lower too. I mean, you're looking at 7% all the way to 23%. Loan amounts here with Wells Fargo, $3,000 to $100,000, and this is really good. And when you think about Wells Fargo, think about a loan from an established bank, if not one of the top banks in the nation. And with Wells Fargo, you have no problem with geo restriction, so you get a loan in every of the 50 states where you are at. And even though Wells Fargo doesn't have they don't have, let's say, branches in all 50 states or all locations for that matter, and something to really think about. Okay, and but if you want to qualify real fast for a joint personal loan with Wells Fargo, you first want to be a customer. You first want to have a relationship with the bank, and then you can really apply. So they will look at your how long you've been with them. 3 months is actually the minimum. Okay, and but long story short, you have the fact that you are able to get a maximum of $100,000. Okay, that's really good from a flexibility point of view. But when it comes to Wells Fargo, the problem they have is that they do have a poor record of customer service and regulatory actions, and they do not allow co-signers in some states, and you also have unclear eligibility criteria in some states. So something to really think about, especially if you are going to apply in multiple states. But the long story short, everything starts with you having a relationship with Wells Fargo, and actually keeping your account in good standing. It's like no problem with no overdraft, no regulatory issues, no check systems issues, and no bounce checks or what have you. And then once you have it for a while, 3 to 12 months, you can actually apply for a loan. And the good thing is you can apply for the loan online. So you can apply for the loan online, and yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. If you're looking for the best joint personal loans, I want you to think about Upgrade this year. And Upgrade is a great lender, especially when it comes to joint personal loans. And Upgrade actually will give you anywhere from $1,000 to $50,000. And Upgrade has a lower minimum credit score at 580, so 580 to 57 to 580 to 600. Okay, and so you can use Upgrade with you can use an Upgrade for any kind of loan. For you can use the loan for any purpose, nearly any purpose, and so that's really good. And the lender offers extra perks for its debt consolidation loans. Upgrade will use your loan funds to repay your creditors on your behalf, and if you use a part or all of your loan for debt consolidation, you can actually earn a discount. So basically, that's something to really think about. And what I want to say here is that with Upgrade, there is a little there's a problem. The problem is they charge you an origination fee that can go all the way to 10%, which is kind of high. Think about it. That's really high. So up to 10% of your loan amount. So for instance, if you qualify for, let's say, $10,000, they'll give you $9,000 because 10% they'll deduct 10% maximum, which is $1,000. So you only get $9,000, but you have to repay the $10,000. But the thing is that with Upgrade, you do have a next day funding possible. That's really good. You have a next day funding possible. That can help you a lot. You have a lender that's available nationwide. Okay, and they do accept fair credit too. So bad credit also in some cases. So it really depends. And but one thing I want to say here is that if you are a borrower with excellent credit and you want to consolidate high interest debt at a low APR, Upgrade can really be for it because the platform is built for folks who have a good to excellent credit. But one thing for sure, just make sure that you abide by Upgrade's terms and conditions. In other words, don't use the cash for certain purposes that Upgrade wouldn't approve of. So that's something to really think about. If you're looking for the best joint personal loans this year, I want you to really think about PenFed. I mean, PenFed is a great institution, and PenFed has been around for a while now. And when you think about PenFed, I want you to think about an institution that actually is available nationwide. On top of that, even though PenFed originally was affiliated with the military, nowadays you can qualify for a membership at PenFed without being associated with the military, like either biologically or professionally or even geographically. Okay, everybody can join PenFed, as a matter of fact, which is not the case with Navy Fed. Okay, so with PenFed we have small loans that go from $600 all the way to $50,000. You have 9% to 18%. That's actually the cap, the maximum you can expect if you go with a PenFed loan. But the good thing is that PenFed actually, to actually become a member of PenFed, you just need to open a savings account and deposit at least $5 and you're in. No need to actually work for a company. No need to worship at a company. Not really, okay? So you have low loan minimum, no origination fees, next day funding possible with PenFed, which is really great, especially from a large financial institution. That's really fantastic. You also have a lender that's available nationwide, even though PenFed only has physical branches in 14 states. So think of PenFed as a quasi online institution. If you're not in one of the geographies that they cover, you have to really do your banking like remotely. Okay, but the thing is that with the PenFed, what you really realize is that they do not allow co-signers, but they're great for joint personal loans. Okay, they will do everything to support the joint loan application and really approve you real fast too. So that's really fantastic. If you're looking for the best joint personal loans this year, I want you to think about Last Trip. And Livestream is a pretty good institution in the sense that they give you a maximum loan amount of $100,000. So you have a loan amount to go from 5,000 all the way to $100,000. And but the thing with Livestream is that Livestream is geared towards folks who have good to excellent credit. So if you have bad credit, you're not going to qualify. So if you're looking for the best joint personal loans that with for good credit or excellent credit, then you want to go with Livestream. Okay, that's definitely fine. So you have a rate beat program, no origination or late fees, larger than average auto pay discount, higher loan maximum, same day approval and funding possible, and also a lender that's really available nationwide. I think I said this before, but I want to say it again. So that's really good. So one thing I want to say here is that when I say a rate beat program, what do I mean here? Well, what happens here is that basically, if you're eligible for a lower rate with another lender, Livestream will beat that rate by 0.1 percentage points. You also receive a rate discount worth 0.5 percentage points for enrolling in autopay, and twice the industry standards. Okay, and that really helps you a lot when it comes to flexibility. When it also comes to accountability. On the flip side, with Livestream, you do have like there are no pre-approvals, so Livestream can only accommodate you if you're ready for a hard pull right away. So if you're looking for a soft pull, don't go with Livestream. And you do have a high minimum loan amount. I mean, this is really, think about it, 5,000 all the way to 100,000. 5,000, that could be a little too high for some people. So it's something to really think about if you want to consider Livestream this year, especially for your lending program. Okay. But before I close this section, remember that Livestream is actually a subsidiary of Truist Bank. So this is an online arm of Truist Bank. So that's really you have an institution that's kind of linked to a pretty solid financial institution. So let me talk to you about benchmarking before I close this conversation. So when you think about the best joint personal loan, you have from First Tech to Patelco to SoFi to Wells Fargo to Upgrade to PenFed and Livestream. You do have a large, like you have a large loan delta. So from 300, let's say minimum loan amount to $100,000 maximum loan amount, you do have a large window here. Okay, but let me first define what a joint personal loan is. So a joint personal loan is an unsecured loan with two borrowers. Both people share equal ownership and responsibility for the loan. It can make sense if you want to take out a loan to pay for shared expenses, such as borrowing with your spouse to pay for a home improvement, or if you need a co-borrower to qualify for the loan based on your credit scores. So before making a loan decision, you want to make sure that you have you go through the process that lenders go through before approving applications. Okay. Now, when I speak about co-borrower, what's the difference between co-signer and co-borrower? So a co-signer is someone with good credit and a steady income who agrees to make payments if the primary borrower falls behind, and improving the main applicant's chances of qualifying for the loan. A relative or friend may act as a co-signer to help a loved one. You also have a co-borrower. So a co-borrower is a little different. So a co-borrower or joint applicant has equal ownership of the loan. So they are equally responsible for a repayment, but they can also use the loan, let's say the loan funds. Joint applicants are often spouses or domestic partners, but anyone can be a co-borrower. It really depends on the person's situation, but also the person's ability to repay the loan if something were to happen. So you also have, if you want to apply for a joint personal loan, you want to first check your credit. They want to evaluate your budget, make sure that all the payments can actually fit through your current budget. You want to align borrowing expectations because you'll be borrowing with somebody else. So if you're borrowing with somebody else, you want to make sure you are aligning borrowing expectations. You want to get pre-qualified with multiple lenders. that will help you actually know exactly what you're getting yourself into. So here's the epilogue here. In today's conversation, I spoke to you about the best joint personal loans. I gave you the best lenders: First Tech, Patelco, SoFi, Wells Fargo, Upgrade, PenFed, Lastream. I spoke about the benchmarking. And now the epilogue. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.